controversy, let's say, continues to rumble. A video released this week suggests that Tyson Fury's hand wasn't fully in his glove, and therefore when he was hooking mainly, his bare fist was connecting with Deontay Wilder. Now, we've looked into this in great detail, and it would appear to be the video actually from the first fight, not the second fight. But the question still remains, George. It does look, well, let's call it interesting.
Well, you can't dispute that the glove isn't on properly. They've froze it down frame by frame. His hand isn't in the glove properly. The video that I saw, the guy is now saying that that was done purposefully. He's hitting Wilder with like a bare fist, as you say, and that was having the effect. But then you realise the footage is from the first fight, so it's not like, oh, if it was from the second fight, you're like, oh, well, that's the difference that we had, was hitting him, and it seemed to be having more of an effect in the second fight than the first fight. I don't know whether it was. First, you don't know whether it was purposeful or not. Whether the glove had just slipped down. Fury, he has that kind of style. It was definitely in the first fight where they are flicky sort of shots. It is bizarre. His hand definitely is not in the glove properly. Yeah. I don't know any other. I know Klitschko used to wear Paffin gloves, but I don't think there's any other world champions out there that do wear Paffin. Tyson wasn't happy about wearing Paffins when he boxed Klitschko, but now he does wear them. So whether they're making different type of gloves for him than he had to wear for that challenge, but I think it's really interesting.
It is interesting.
Very interesting. I mean,
it's been sort of ridiculed a bit, isn't it? That video.
Yeah, well, it will do. I mean, he's come out directly after and blaming his costume as well, which is valid, but it's totally your fault. Yeah. So don't bring it up. Just you can let someone else release it and say, oh yeah, well, I made a mistake there, but I'm not going to blame that. But he said, actually, no, you have totally blamed that. But the frame by frame, his hand is not in the glove. I mean, for me, it wouldn't be of a benefit because, you're much more likely to do damage to your hands and your wrist than anything else.
Those pictures, I mean, there are some, it is kind of strange in a way. I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't done, but how would something like that happen? His hands being kind of...
Like I said, the only way that could happen would be...
I mean, his hands, though, looking like that.
No, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It had to happen in this corner if it happened. I mean, don't get me wrong, I watched the same video you watched, and it did look awkward, and it looked like his hands were, not in the glove like they were supposed to be, but... I mean, they had commission. That's why they're there. That's their job. That's their job to watch you in the corner every round.
Do you think even if his hands were lower in the glove, that would be a benefit to him? Because it seems like, maybe some of your looping punches would.
It's a benefit. Anytime.
Do you think it is a benefit?
Yeah. Anytime you're hitting somebody with your fist, as opposed to your glove, the damage is going to be a whole lot. It's going to be a whole lot worse.
But what about all the other punches, the jabs, the straight punches? You're going to have nothing there, but...
Don't matter.
Hey Charles, a lot of people, you did an interview and you talked about the glove situation, and a lot of people wasn't happy, man, in the comment section. They feel like, it's a biasness or something like that, but you said you was keeping it fair, and you saw something that was wrong with it. Can you just attest to that?
Yeah, I mean, it was just what I saw, what people showed me, you know what I mean? It looked like the glove was flapping or whatever, and that shit ain't normal. I mean, it ain't like it's normal, so, maybe they need to look a little more deeper in depth into that situation or whatever the hell that was. Because at the end of the day, it was a heavyweight title fight. It's very important. So whatever was malfunctioning with the gloves, I mean, that shouldn't happen in the part 3.
Have you ever saw a glove do that?
And I never have seen it in the whole history of boxing. So that was just odd to me. I mean, I'm gonna keep it 100 funky with you. You know what I'm saying? Shit looked funny to me. So.
What do you think?
What is the conspiracy? What do you think could have happened in the glove to make it bend like that?
I have no idea. I've never seen nothing like that happen, man. So I can't
people say maybe he had his fist balled up inside the glove.
It looked like
is that
it was,
possible?
Nah, it looked like it was like he didn't have his hand all the way in the glove, where the pads at. So in the back ain't no pads right here. It ain't shit right there. So it looked like his fist was right there, and the glove was just flat. To where he was punching him like this with these kind of punches against his ears and shit like that. But that's his real fist. You know what I'm saying? This is his fist, and not the padding that was up here. You know what I'm saying? So
would that give him an advantage?
That would definitely give you an advantage if your fist was right here, because it ain't no padding right there. You know what I'm saying? You can turn that shit over like this. You know what I'm saying? Right here, and it ain't no pad right there, rather than having a pad up here, having to punch through some shit. Because
And also we seen his team throw a towel on the camera, and for a few minutes we couldn't see what was going on in the back. Did you notice that? And did you take any?
I didn't even know that.
And they ended up unplugging the camera.
They just gotta fucking that's some shady shit, man. See, I don't know, man. I'm all about being fair though. You know, I don't like the pad users. You know, I don't like the motherfuckers that cheat. Period, man. Because we putting our life on the line, and we all heavyweights. You know what I'm saying? We some big ass motherfuckers. So you know, if you gonna cheat, man, they need to discipline these guys to the fullest. You know what I'm saying? Keep this shit real, man. Keep it fair.
Hey, what's up? It's Cunningham here to quickly demonstrate what you're looking at in the Tyson Fury video with the gloves. They seem to be flopping. His hands seem to not be in them. I believe they're not in them. I'm going to demonstrate that. Number one, this is not me being a hater. I'm not hating on Tyson Fury. Every time he wins and he becomes the best or the top heavyweight, which he is today, that makes me look good, because people know I was on my way to beating him before he did his illegal moves to KO me. So also, this is about love, not hate. I'm not hating on Fury. I love the sport of boxing. No matter who it was, I would be bringing up this video or doing this video, bringing up this issue. So let's go on with what this whole thing is about. These gloves are the same similar style leather gloves that Tyson Fury wore. These are 10-ounce gloves. Tyson Fury wore 10-ounce gloves. I saw videos done by, I think it was at the Mayweather gym. There were a few fighters there, and they were demonstrating the whole situation on the bag with gloves. Those are like 16-ounce, 18-ounce gloves, bag gloves. These are 10-ounce fight gloves. See how soft they are, all right? Also, we see the video, we see the picture, what started me off was the picture. I let this stuff go on for about a week, and before I said anything, because I thought it was bull. But then I really looked and I saw the video, and you're seeing the glove flop back. You're seeing it flop back. It's even hard to do it right now. But in the picture, the glove is about like here, throwing a hook. So one, who throws a hook? Who throws a hook like this? Slapping a hook. Nobody. No one's taught to slap a hook like that. Why is Tyson Fury throwing a hook like this, especially at that level of boxing? So this is exactly what he's doing. And I got my hand in the 10 ounce. This is my hand fully in. All right? I'm gonna throw the hook. All right? Now in the Mayweather video, they said you can't. I can't throw the hook. It hurts my hands if it's pulled down. Tyson Fury is literally pulling down in the fight. At some point, he's pulling down his hand. He's letting his hand slip down to here, so where the knuckles are not protected by any padding. So now he's landing, as you see in the video footage or the pictures, he's landing the shot on the chin with this part of the glove where there's no padding. What he gets out of that is you get basically almost a skin on bone to an extent with just this thin layer of leather. So they were saying you can't throw a left hook without hurting your hand. I'm gonna demonstrate full force. This is my hands right there in the wrist. That's as hard as I can throw.
Other side.
All right, you wanna get on the other side?
Yep.
Also, when you look at the picture, let's move this. Also, when you look at the picture or the video, you see the glove wrap around Deontay Wilder's ear. It's like Why is he slapping like that? Who opens their hand and throws a hook? Who does that? I don't. He's not throwing it with his hand all the way in the glove. That's why it's happening. It's looking like that.
Throw it again. I want to see it from this side.
I'm gonna throw it with my hand in the knuckles, right here. That was hard shots. It didn't hurt my hand. You gotta realize also, when you're in a fight, you're fighting in a world championship fight, any fight, you have adrenaline that's pumping like crazy. So you're not feeling any pain. If winning the world championship, the heavyweight world championship is at stake, I take a little pain, but that didn't even hurt. Next is, I'm gonna bring out the fact of the flick jab. I'm not even disputing the flick jab. That's not an issue. I came up with Chris Bird. He the master of the flick jab. You know what I mean? That's the flick jab. That's the flick jab. Right there. What Tyson Fury's doing, what I'm disputing, is the hook. There's no way you're throwing a flick hook. All right? When he threw the hook with his force, the glove was literally back here. Back here. No one has yet explained that. Everybody always diverts to the flick jab. So, ladies and gentlemen, I believe Tyson Fury is sliding his hand down to get the advantage of hitting harder. The punch is landing from the knuckles or the hand wrap and just this thin layer of leather and not the padding, all right? Take it as you will, Tyson Fury fans. That's what it looks like that man is doing. USS Cunningham out.
have an equipment delay, a split glove. We have a short delay before the start of the instructions and the beginning of this bout.
Well, I've not seen this before the fight's even started.
Situation was, they sent me some gloves over that I wasn't happy with, the reasons being I can't punch correctly in them and all that sort of stuff. So we asked for some other gloves and they made a bit of a scene over it. Then they sent us another pair of gloves and we used them and we liked them. So we said, yep, they'll do. And then they're saying now that they might not be ready in time for the fight. So whatever, but I'm not really too focused on that anyway. Right, ready? Yep. Okay, fight fans, I'm here with Clifton Mitchell and his son Ty. And we're here today to talk about the gloves are on. Actually this is the glove that I'm happy with, that Puffin Sport sent me. This is the second pair of gloves that they sent me, and as you can see, this is a normal looking boxing glove, professional fight glove. 10 ounces, comfy fitting, perfect glove. As you can see, the thumb's okay, I can close the fist, I can punch, no problems. These are good gloves. But the gloves that they initially gave me in the beginning were, like, I'm gonna say the thumbs are about that fat on them. So imagine that there in leather and sticking out about that much, and they just come around like that. And they were longer, they were like to there as well. Where that's like an inch away from the end of the glove, the other ones were like that sort of thing. And they were just no good, and they're a big fat thing. So every time I punch like that, it was catching the top of the thumb and pulling it back, where that one, I can hit there and no bother. So they're the gloves that I want, and this is what's causing a ruckus. But I can say, and I mean this, if I don't fight in the right gloves, there's no fight. Because they've had all their own way. I'm in Germany, I'm in the town he picked. I'm even wearing the blander gloves that he wanted, because I wouldn't have picked these anyway. They've had it all their own way in every single thing. But all I ask for is to be treated fairly. I'm wearing these gloves, but I want the gloves that fit me. For my hand's sake, because this ain't my last fight. After I've knocked him out, there'll be fights after that, and I need my hands for my trade. So I just want to have a normal glove where I can punch properly. This is a normal glove, made by the same authority, same brand, same make, but just a different thumb. So I want these ones, please. And another thing, I either get the gloves I want, or there's no fight, or we can do it bare knuckle. Do you know who I am? Tyson Fury!
it is bizarre. His hand definitely is not in the glove properly. I don't know any other. I know Klitschko used to wear Paffin gloves, but I don't think there's any other world champions out there that do wear Paffin. Tyson wasn't happy about wearing Paffins when he boxed Klitschko, but now he does wear them. So whether they're making different type of gloves for him than he had to wear for that that challenge, but.
You need to be concerned because of where you're going in your career. Your manager should know about stuff like this and you really got to get I'm sorry to be a dick, but you got to get your manager on board with the entire thing, because the entire camp, what kind of gloves he wears, like this is your manager's job to protect you. Like, I'm supposed to protect you too, but what am I going to say to them? Hey guys, Tyson shouldn't have no gloves, it's unsafe. Barry, get the fuck out of camp.
Yeah, me too. I'll go home.
Yeah, but this.
I've done enough.
Bro, not only these gloves beat up, you can I can tell. I can tell.
They pushed it to the front.
Beating these gloves up on a wall or something. You can see that from here.
But I personally,
I'm shocked. This does shock me. Like, it doesn't shock me.
Bro, I can't do it.
It shocks me.
No, but I don't.
No, don't hear you.
This is Tyson's shit, and these are his sparring gloves that we've been sparring with. As you can see, there's no fucking padding in here, and all the padding's in the back of his fucking glove. Look at that shit. I could touch my other side of my finger with this shit, and there's shit falling out from the middle of the glove. Does he know who the fuck I am? He must not know, does he? Does he? What? Oh, he does not know. Look at this shit, man. And then, hold on, these are the sparring gloves they told me they got from me. These thick ass, look at, hold on, let's see, watch the squeeze. Going nowhere. Going nowhere.
Jorge Capetillo right here from the Top Rank Gym in Las Vegas, Nevada. Just to clarify, making a statement that and show up the sparring gloves of Tyson Fury in each camp. He already been here for 2 camps for the Tam Shore and Otto William camp. And since he's been here in Las Vegas, he always has new deliveries of gloves, as you guys can see. This is Tyson Fury's sparring gloves, 18 ounces gloves. As you can see, the new, Everlast is always sending us brand new sparring gloves. As you can see, they're new, they're still the party in. And it's just to clarify, sometimes people like to get attention talking about others, but as you can see, Tyson is a man who has to take care of his fist and his sparring partners for sure. As you can see, all the gloves are in good condition. To do sparring, so we can take each other. So we can take care of Fury and we can take care of the sparring partners. So this is it. This is what we have. This is Tyson Fury sparring gloves for the sparring partners and for Fury himself. So again, brand new Everlast. Thank you for always taking care of us. Thank you for always sending brand new gloves to Tyson Fury in each camp. Thank you guys.
happens here is you see a member of Team Fury going up to put a towel over our lockdown camera where we can monitor him with, as has often been the case. And instead he says, you know what I'm going to do? I'll just pull the plug. So that is it.
Have you ever saw a glove do that?
And I never have seen it in the whole history of boxing, you know. So that was just odd to me. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep it 100 funky with you, you know what I'm saying? Shit look funny to me, so.
What do you think?
What is the conspiracy? What do you think could have happened in the glove to make it bend like that?
I have no idea. I've never seen nothing like that happen, man. So I can't.
Some people say maybe he had his fist balled up inside the glove.
I mean, it looked like
that possible?
Nah, it looked like it was like he didn't have his hand all the way in the glove, where the pads at. So in the back ain't no pads right here. It ain't shit right there. So it looked like his fist was right there, and the glove was just flat. Where he was punching him like this with these kind of punches against his ears and shit like that. But that's his real fist. You know what I'm saying? This is his fist, and not the padding that was up here. You know what I'm saying? So
would that give him an advantage?
That would definitely give you an advantage if your fist was right here, because it ain't no padding right there. You know what I'm saying? You can turn that shit over like this. You know what I'm saying? Right here, and it ain't no pad right there, rather than having the pad up here, having to punch through some shit. Because you know.
You can feel my knuckle right here. I done fought this. I done fought 1,000. Ain't no fucking padding in the fucking glove. Look at. You can tell. Look at this. You can tell. This motherfucker already like broken in. Come on, man. Look at this. You can tell. This motherfucker already like broken in. Come on, man.
I don't know any other. I know Klitschko used to wear Paffin gloves, but I don't think there's any other world champions out there that do wear Paffin. Tyson wasn't happy about wearing Paffins when he boxed Klitschko, but now he does wear them. So whether they're making different type of gloves for him than he had to wear for that that challenge, whether they're making different type of gloves for him than he had to wear for that that challenge.
hear that crowd, Jay?
What'd I tell you?
Let's listen to that crowd, huh?
What'd I tell you?
Look at him, he's still fresh.
God bless you. That's beautiful.
What a night.
Tremendous night, tremendous night. A lot of excitement here. You can colorful, just like the old days.
You can't.
Hold the commissioner. His father's in the corner with him, Billy Collins. The father is in the corner. That must be really difficult to deal with. See your son.
Well, let's hear your point of view. Let's hear your point of view about that, Vic. Point of view of relationship with father and son.
Well, I think it'd be very, very difficult for a father to deal with seeing his son in that condition and to get.
In most cases, I would agree with you.
Yeah, but look at Billy Collins. He's really to be admired.
The decision was unanimous in favor of Luis Resto, but shortly after the fight, Collins' handlers charged that Resto's gloves had been tampered with, that some of the required padding had been secretly and illegally removed, adding extra impact to Resto's punches. The New York State Athletic Commission apparently was suspicious, and they impounded Luis Resto's glove.
Our inspector was in the locker room at that time and told him to glove up. They asked him for 15 more minutes, and he went out to see his superior to ask if 15 more minutes would be allowed. When he came back in the room, they had gloved up.
his old man come over to me, and I was outside, about to get in the car with my missus, and he pulled up from the truck. He said, "Oh, you won that, my mate." And that was his old man said that, his dad. And I said, "Well, here you go." He said, "No, listen, my son got the decision, but you won that." You know what I mean? And I got at least he had the respect. His son might have got the decision, but at least he had the respect to say to me, he said, "You won that." The second fight, he beat me, mate. I overtrained. I trained so hard that I got glandular fever 3 weeks before, but I thought I was so fit, so strong, I'll get over it. I got to about the 6th round and I just hit a brick wall. And the shot, obviously, it was a good shot, but it was more tiredness than anything else. It was probably hundreds of degrees in the hall. I had BBE gloves and he had Rays. Thanks to Frank Maloney, or Kelly Maloney, we want to call it. He sold me out for about $5,000 after speaking to Tyson Fury after the fight. I mean, in the contract he signed, he told me that Tyson Fury wants to wear different colour gloves. So I said, I wouldn't have fight, I don't care what bloody colour gloves he wears them pink if you want, I don't care. So he goes, yeah, that's alright. Well, so he sent me the contract, I sent it to a bloke who was like a solicitor. He read through it, he said, yeah, he wants to wear different colour gloves. Reading the boxing board of control rules, both boxer must wear the same gloves. I signed the contract was signed, we sent it off. My brother went to the changing room, see Tyson Fury, hands being wrapped and his gloves, and he said, "You've got Ray's gloves, John, you've got BBE." So my brother went in and took a pair of Ray's out of Tyson Fury's changing room, and then Tyson Fury and my dad had a big kerfuffle outside saying he's gonna go home. My dad said, "Well, fucking my boy go home. Why should your boy wear Ray's and my boy wear BBE?" So we paid for that. We never know that. He told you what new gloves. And then Frank Maloney tried to come and smooth it all over. So I said, well, you know what? Fuck the fight. I'm going to go home. So
you were prepared to walk away from it at that point?
Yeah, I was. Yeah. Oh, I thought, so why should I? Frank Maloney told me he wants different colour gloves. We read the boxing board of control rule book, and they said boxers must wear the same gloves. So there's a shop in Romford or Brentwood where there's boxing, Sugar Rays,
yeah.
So the boxing board wouldn't let me change my glove because there wasn't 4 pairs of the same gloves. So I goes, well, I've rung the man up, he's going to bring up, he had the same gloves in his shop. So he's gone down and I bought two pairs of Rays gloves an hour before the fight. Boxing Tyson Fury said, well, I'm not wearing them because I've paid for you to wear them gloves. For me to wear them and you to wear them. I said, well, bollocks to that, I'm going home. So Jim McDonald, the trainer, said, John, you can't box him in them. He's got gloves to make brain damage and you've got gloves to stop brain damage. How's that fair? So I said, bollocks, I'm going home then. So I start walking out to the car park to go home, and some guy from Sky came up to me and said, look, listen, you signed the contract. If you don't fight, the whole show will be on your head. You have to pay, we're going to sue you. So I sat in the car for about half an hour thinking I don't want to be sued. I think I can still beat him anyway. And the fight went ahead.
What do you guys think about this? It won't go away either, man. I don't think I've ever seen a topic in boxing that wouldn't go away like this. This whole Fury and Wilder thing. You know, from now the big thing is the doctor gloves. We had some lowlife from Top Rank apparently covering cameras.
Man, whoever that guy was.
Oh my! We allowed to talk about that, Frank?
I mean,
what happened? Why you doing the American public or the boxing public like that?
I was advised to not speak on. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't with.
Just wait. Just before we let you go, this is the guy in the picture. Covering the camera or the video.
I didn't cover the camera.
Well,
apparently I unplugged the cord.
Oh, okay.
But no, it was nothing going on there. There's a commission. This has been said on this channel too. It's the Stitch had clarified it. We weren't, nothing was covered. I was actually trying to hang up his king robe, his king cloak. And I was trying to hang it up on the camera, one of them things that are hanging on the camera. And then it fell and it knocked out the wire. And I got a bunch of text messages saying that I knocked out.
That's nice. That's a nice story.
There's no doctor gloves. Come on.
That's a nice
It's just looking for excuses.
So this was right, and coincidentally right before, the gloves, half one in the glove.
There was two maroon jackets in there. The 2 Nevada State athletic supervisors checking out everything. So they seen everything. So it wasn't, there was, JD's was in the room as the gloves were, as the hands were being wrapped. We weren't, nothing was covered. I was actually trying to hang up his king robe, his king cloak. And I was trying to hang it up on the camera.
Wool up, nigga. Wool up, wool up, wool up. Just wool up.
What? And I was trying to hang it up on the camera. And I was trying to hang it up on the camera. And I was trying to hang it up on the camera. And I was trying to hang it up on the camera. One of them things that are hanging on the camera, and then it fell and it knocked out the wire, and got a bunch of text messages saying that I knocked out.
That's nice. That's a nice story.
There's no doctor gloves. Come on.
That's a nice
It's just looking for excuses.
So this was right in it, coincidentally right before, the gloves, half one in the.
There was 2 maroon jackets in there. The 2 Nevada State athletic supervisors checking out everything. So they seen everything. So it wasn't, there was, JD's was in the room as the gloves were, as the hands were being wrapped. There was 2 maroon jackets in there. The 2 Nevada State athletic supervisors checking out everything. So they seen everything. So there was 2 maroon jackets in there. The 2 Nevada State athletic supervisors checking out everything. So they seen everything.
Alongside that left eye of Wilder.
Hello, my people. This is Jorge Capetillo, and I want to thank WBN for having me. And today we want to explain to you guys and how Tyson Fury didn't manipulate his gloves. We want to try and explain to you why the people say that the gloves looks floppy and stuff. The gloves were okay. And today I'm gonna show to you the Everlast MX that Fury used to use for the Otto Walling fight and for the Tom Schwartz fight. And on this one, he used Puffy Sports. But we want to try and explain to you how Tyson Fury, he was clean about his glove. I want to clear it up that the Commission of Nevada, when you have a championship fight, you give the glove to the commission. The commission get in charge of those gloves. You have a meeting where both fighters choose the gloves. The inspector check the gloves, so the gloves are okay. And as soon as the meeting is done and the fighter choose this glove, we're ready to go. The commission is very important to clear this. The commission keep these gloves and they bring to you to the locker room into fight time. When the fighter is ready to glove bomb, that's where the commission bring the gloves to the locker room and ask you at what time you guys gonna wrap, at what time you're gonna glove bomb, and the chief trainer between both camps, they agree to a certain time to wrap and they agree to a certain time to glove bomb. So there's no time to manipulate the gloves. That's a joke. So as you can see, we're gonna use the Everlast MX. This is a 10 ounces. This is a 10 ounces Everlast MX. Similar, different color, but similar style that Tyson Fury been using in the last 2 fights with Otto Walling and Tom Schwartz. So let me show to you. When the commission bring the gloves and the fighter is already wrapped, they ask you when it's gonna be the time to glove bomb. And as soon as we agree about the time and everything, the commission bring the gloves to you, to the team, and you start glove bomb. Now, the only way that you cannot tie your gloves properly is when you're trying to skin it. To skin the glove. When you tie them up from here and you skin it like that. As you can see, when you skin it, you make the whole party go back. And this is not allowed by the commission or the inspector in charge in the locker room. The proper way to tie your glove it has to be from right here, as you can see. This is the proper way and the legal way to tie the glove. We're gonna do the same here, and I'm gonna put some tape so that people can see how it looks when you put a tape. Same thing. It can be on top of the line, has to be from here. And then they ask you to tape it up. The same thing, the thing has to be in the same line. So this is a proper way to tie up a glove to fight. This is will be good by the inspector. Why? Because as you can see, it's in the proper way. It can be on top. You can skin the glove. It has to be from here. Now, people are saying that why they look the gloves of Tyson Fury were looking floppy. I won't say they look floppy. What happened is Tyson sometimes can slap you as you can see. He opened his palm. He opened his palm a little bit. I'm gonna do the same here, and I'm gonna put some tape so that people can see how it looks when you put a tape. Same thing. It can be on top of the line. Has to be from here, and then they ask you to tape it up. The same thing. The thing has to be in the same line. So this is a proper way to tie up a glove to fight. This is will be good by the inspector. Why? Because as you can see, it's in the proper way. It can be on top. You can skin the glove. It has to be from here. Now, people are saying that why they look the gloves of Tyson Fury were looking floppy. I won't say they look floppy. What happened is Tyson sometimes can slap you as you can see. He opened his palm. He opened his palm a little bit to slap and grab his distance. But as soon as he got the distance and he sits, he make a fist strong to punch you. So when Tyson is moving around, as he does, it's just touching you to have the distance. As soon as he got the distance, the punch comes solid, and the fist. When he make the fist, he make the glove make compact. So that's why I think people is getting confused about it. Now, they say in the hooks, right? Sometimes Tyson in the hooks, he go open it because he's looking to put the straight hand solid again. A solid, but he's just touching you to get in and make it solid. Now, when he throws a hook, a solid hook, is when he throws it the right hand, solid again. So sometimes Tyson, I think people is getting confused because Tyson sometimes he's just touching you, relax, getting his timing, getting his distance, and that's why people think the glove is manipulated, but it doesn't. It's just open. It's just open because the man is relaxing. He's getting his timing, he's getting his distance. He's not wasting the energy, throwing everything hard. He's looking for the right spot. He's looking for making the angle to throw a hard punch. So he's touching, pa. Again, touch, solid punch. Or sometimes what he does is give me 1-2, Alex, and then give me the distance like that. Pa, pa. But he does to keep the distance. He make a 1-2 solid, but he keep the distance to catch a counter punch. Hold hands, 1-2. And 1-2. Yeah? So he's catching the punches. He's catching the punches with the glove open. So this is to me is a joke. Who people is trying to discredit the man who did the impossible, praising God always. The man win fair and square. He is the WBC Ring Magazine lineal undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Tyson Fury. So don't get people fool you. Everything is legal. Everything is inspected by the Nevada State Athletic Commission, which they do a tremendous work, which they're really dedicated, which they put a lot of effort on keep the game fair and a fair play. So to me, nothing went wrong with the gloves. Everything was clean. Everything was clear. Even when you glove bomb, there's always a teammate from Wilder. It was a trainer was there, or one of the camp came and watched how we wrap and how we glove bomb Tyson Fury. As we do the same, we send somebody to the other locker room to check Wilder's wraps and to check how they glove bomb. I mean, there's nothing to hide. I think this is a campaign to discredit again, but everything is clean. And I want to thank WB to give me the opportunity to explain a little bit about the gloves. And I hope you enjoy. God bless you. Team Fury all the way.
discussion about how he said that we couldn't prove that Margarito was cheating. What are your thoughts on that, Mosley?
Wait, let me clarify. Let's not start any drama here. So they're claiming that he was cheating all along, right? Obviously,
there's some other fights he was probably
prior.
Okay, people can make assumptions, but nobody can.
He got caught against you, right? And that's all I was saying.
Right.
We can't say for a fact before whether I'm not defending him, but
I noticed that when he fought Cotto the first time, he had Cotto busted up, but he kind of had Cotto busted up the second time too, a little bit. Even though Cotto, they said he won the fight, but he still was landing hands on Cotto the same way, and Cotto was still kind of bruised after the fight. If you've seen it, not as bad as it was the first time, but when my coach brought the hand wraps to the dressing room right before the fight, and they showed the pass. I mean, it was evident that he was doing that, and it was Capetillo, which is his coach, which I knew too. He was saying he was going to make his hands feel better, or not hurt, because it was probably hurting because it was punching whatever. But I think that he thought there was a little edge, so they wanted to use that edge in the fights, and that's not a good idea. And a couple of sparring partners said that they kind of got hurt from him sparring with him, not knowing why they're feeling the shots the way they are. So I mean, it could have been a good while, and nothing happened. You had put plaster apparel on your hands, and it's the regular, and then you go outside. When you start boxing, the sweat causes it to turn more. That's what they say, right? Yeah, the sweat causes it to turn more into cast. But he was using the knuckle pads. They made him as knuckle pads, not the whole wrap, not the whole thing.
Yeah, the whole cast.
Not the whole cast. It was just the knuckle pads, and that's what was. It was found in the wrapping.
Yeah, I think Miguel Cotto called them out, and I guess there were some pictures where you see the
pictures.
Some pictures. Cracked, yes, that they were cracked. Does that prove that?
I mean, it proved already, because when we went to the back, and the doctor came back and said, the dust fell off of it. The dust fell off of that. That's plaster apparel. That's why it's no doubt that's what he had.
Yeah.
Whether, and I think kind of knew about it, but I think there was more Capetillo that was put it on him to so these are gonna protect your hands, and I wrap hands like calves anyway. Like, people wrap their hands really tight, so they kind of thinking it's not gonna make much a difference, but that's very dangerous. And the doctor did. That's what the doctor came back. The commissioner came back and looked at it. So that's plaster apparel.
It's interesting that you say that, because we had Alfonso Gomez as well on the show, and he said when he sparred Margarito that he broke his nose.
Yeah, and a lot of people said something about the eye socket being broken, stuff like that. So that's dangerous, especially for somebody that's fighting like Margarito. I say I put most of the blame on the coach, because the coach knows better than that. He knows what I can do is do the fighter, And Margarito's fought too, but most of it should go to the coach.
Now, what goes through your mind when you hear that? Like, he has some weird stuff going on with his hand wraps going into the fight. What goes through your mind?
Well, I really didn't think much about it, because with the way I trained so hard with so many people that I felt that I don't care what he does.
Nothing's gonna stop him.
I'm gonna knock him out. I'm gonna beat him. You know what I'm saying? And I knew, because I was in the ring sparring with Librado Andrade and his brother Enrique Anellis, both brothers, and they was 190, 180. They're strong. And a few other fighters I had in there that was pretty big. Steve, what's his name? Just other fighters that were top level and were pretty big. And I knew that Margarito wouldn't be able to match my speed, power, anything, and I think that I have a much of a better advantage fighting West Coast type of fights, because I grew up here in the West Coast, and that's what I was explaining to a lot of the people when I fought him. I said, well, his style is complementary to what I know, Mexican style boxing. You know what I'm saying? That's what I can do. So I wasn't afraid. But when he fights people outside, like maybe like Cotto or somebody else, they have more difficulties, more problems because with that style because they never seen it before, and it's difficult. Like Chavez and all that stuff. Like I grew up in that, so you can't use that same style with me.
You started off hot, huh? Thanks, Lily.
I mean, going into that fight, did you guys know you're gonna check his hand wraps? Like,
they knew they were gonna check the hand wraps, but see what Capetillo did was he made it a knuckle pad, so it wasn't the whole wrap. So if you see a pad and the knuckle pad is just, it's regular, it's not, there's no plaster nothing. Well, it is plaster, but it's not hard yet. So he puts it on the knuckle and does the wrap, so everything's just, it's like a regular wrap. So they check it off and nobody knows. He takes it off, he cuts it off, and that's it. So, you know, it was my coach.
Nazim Richardson.
He took the pad and he did this. He said, like, what's that falling off here? He called commission. So no, I'm taking this with me. So he took it with him. He wouldn't even get back to the commission to make sure that the doctor and everybody, the lawyer, knew that this was happening. You know.
Yeah, going into that fight, you were a 4-1 underdog, right?
Yeah, I was further underdog than that before the fight, like 7-1, then dropped to 4-1. Yeah.
Because he was coming off the Cotto win.
Right,
the first one.
Yeah, he knocked him out, and he was knocking out a lot of people. Later on in the bout, like he'll walk him down, and you know, and they figured that I was getting older. I think I was 39 at the time. I fought Margarito. So they figured I was older, and you know, the next Tiger's coming.
It's widely known in the boxing community. People whisper and talk and say publicly, Miguel Cotto doesn't want to make any excuses. Privately, he's furious because he believes that Antonio Margarito used illegal wraps against him in their fight. Can you address that?
The only people who can tell you if they use it or not is him or any member of his team. I just carry my defeat like a man the whole way.
Have you ever asked him?
I don't have to ask him. You know, a lot of people asked him, and he said no.
Miguel said that only you and your team know about your hand wraps, but that you've never told him that you didn't use illegal wraps in your fight against him. Is there anything you want to tell him now?
Yo no tengo que decirle a él nada. Yo creo que estuvieron observando mi vendaje. Y si están diciendo todo de vendaje, pues total, entonces, ¿cuál es el problema? Entonces, ¿por qué firmó la pelea? Pues si él piensa que traía algo ilegal, no sé por qué firmó la pelea. Can I say something? Can I bring a picture? With all your experience in boxing, what's the only thing you can have on your knuckles? Just guts, right? Prende suave. How? Their hand grips right after my fight. How is it broken there? It's just gas. The gas doesn't get break.
Pero
te la agrando y te la pongo más grande, mira.
no hay nada. Y si, o sea, entonces, ¿por qué? ¿Qué es lo que quieres? ¿No pelear o qué? ¿Por qué no hay pelea? No hay nada.
Yo firmé la pelea.
Limpio, por eso.
Lo único es que yo he cargado mi derrota como un hombre.
No te preocupes, por eso. Así lo tienes que sostener.
Sí,
yo te gané bien.
Mira,
yo te gané bien.
¿Eso no está roto ahí?
¿Cuál roto? Esa es una foto. Mira los vendajes. Los vendajes se los llevaron. Los vendajes los tienen. Eso no tenía el vendaje. Entonces, mira los vendajes en vivo.
El mismo vendaje que te quitaron. De tenía el mismo rojo ahí.
Sí, bueno, ¿estás hablando de lo rojo o de lo supuestamente que lo rojo es de los guantes. Entonces, ¿qué te preocupas? O sea, ¿qué te preocupas?
Yo no te hablé de los rojos. Yo te hablé de los rotos que tiene el vendaje.
Mira los vendajes cuando se lo llevaron.
Simplemente gasa.
Mira los vendajes cuando se lo llevaron.
El vendaje simplemente gasa.
No hay nada, no hubo nada y no va a haber nada. No hubo nada y no va a haber nada y vas a sentir el mismo golpeo.
No, ahí está.
Por eso, vas a sentir el mismo golpeo.
Hand grab breaking like that in this area?
¿A qué le temes?
It's no broke. He said it's no broke.
I cannot remember. What do you think that is, Antonio?
Yo no sé, el vendaje cuando a mí me lo enseñaron, cuando lo llevaron a la corte no tenía eso, no sé, entonces que miren el vendaje en vivo y total, o sea, yo no sé qué sea eso, pero estoy diciendo que...
They took off his hand grabs from
Mosley fight. No, this is my fight.
Antonio, this is an issue that never goes away in your career, of course. You have said to me in the past that you didn't feel anything in your wraps in the Mosley fight. If that's true, how would you know if you had illegal wraps against Miguel? If you couldn't feel it against Mosley?
Simplemente soy limpio. Ok, aquí están los vendajes. Ok, ¿dónde está? No está roto. ¿Dónde está roto?
Está lo mismo rojo.
Rojo sí, roto, te estoy diciendo.
El mismo rojo.
Rojo, pero roto. Tú estás diciendo esto.
Ajá.
Por eso.
Más
¿Dónde está aquí?
Más gasa sobre el rojo.
No, por eso. Rojo estás diciendo, no roto. ¿Dónde está lo roto?
Lo roto.
¿Dónde está lo roto?
¿Y dónde está la gasa de arriba? ¿No tiene gasa arriba?
¿Cuál gasa? Si está lo rojo aquí.
Ok. El rojo.
Sí. Tú estás diciendo lo roto.
Lo roto lo repararon.
No, ¿cómo van a reparar? No.
El blanco jamás va por encima del rojo.
A mí no me importa lo que tú pienses, o sea, estuve limpio, o sea, no me importa. Va a ser lo mismo, que sea, lo que sea. Necesitas fuerza para vencer y la tengo. Entonces, ¿cuál es el problema?
Ninguno.
Entonces,
simplemente.
¿qué estás alegando entonces?
No, estoy alegando lo que es la foto.
Por eso, te gané.
Sí,
eso fue, lo voy a volver a hacer.
Y he cargado.
Y así tú me vendes, quien me vende te vuelvo a ganar.
¿Tú crees?
Y así es, así yo creo. Así como lo yo creo.
Quedan 10 semanas para demostrarlo.
Exactamente, entonces demuestra ahí, ¿para qué estás hablando?
Así,
Demuéstrala ahí.
así será.
Entonces.
Así será.
Entonces, demuéstrala ahí, no hables.
Así va a ser.
Espero verlo.
Y sentirlo.
Jamás.
My other question, in a sense, and there's no Wilder hasn't spoke on it. There's nothing on it, but it seems like there's this online debate right now amongst the gloves. I think that I was going to ask, and I wanted to get your take on. Do you know the whole situation about like what people was debating with them, and what's your overall take? Is there credit towards that, or is it just what's your overall, like, is there any type of event?
There definitely is. I'm not gonna say, if anything, who was the ref for the second fight, bro?
I think it was
Kenny. Jack Reese, right?
For the first one was Jack Reese, but I believe Kenny Bayless was the second one.
So I think that if anything, it was the ref's job to make sure that the gloves were on right. They obviously weren't. And not only that, not only were they obviously, and people who say, oh, that didn't play any part in it, it definitely played a part in it, 100%. He was hitting with the bare knuckle. I literally, you can see it in the video. But not only that, it's not that this is just like I'm pulling that out of my rear. I'm not just saying like, I believe that, it's my opinion. That is a real thing. And not only that, but he trained in Detroit for the early part of his career. I grew up in Michigan. I trained in Detroit my whole life. That was a thing that Detroit guys would teach and do in the gyms and even in sparring. But even in amateur fights, they would put the gloves on that way and they would leave them loose and leave them flappy and put the wrist on the knuckle on purpose, and they would actually teach you to do that. That's an old school trick that's been used in gyms in Michigan at least, and maybe even more than that, and probably in more cases that we even know of, for a long period of time. So that is something that he did. It's a tactic. It wasn't an accident. He did it on purpose. I'm not even going to say, look, I don't know where I stand on it. Like I said, just because I've been around it so much, I would never do it myself, and I never have. I never bought into it, but I was always aware of it because I knew that in the gyms they would do it. And I knew when I was fighting a Detroit guy, we had to pay close attention to the way he was wearing his gloves. And I have fought people, and the way we learned it is because I fought a guy, I won't, nobody that anybody would know, but I was like maybe 12 years old, and I fought a guy who wore his gloves like that. And later on, we ended up, never thought anything of it, but I just remember, us watching the film and saying, what the heck was going on with that glove? And then being in another gym and them teaching and telling people to put their gloves on like that and saying, okay, that's what that guy was doing. And I still remember that to this day, and it's the first thing that I thought of when I saw the thing with Fury. And it just so happens, he grew up training in these parts where I grew up training. So, or not grew up, but at the beginning of his pro career when he was here with Emmanuel Stewart. So it's definitely something that is a real thing, and you're definitely, when you do it, you're hitting, you're basically landing a shot with a bare fist. It's definitely changed the impact of the shot, and that's my take on it.
What is it like? Have you felt a shot from the gloves? Like, and could you describe what did it feel like? Obviously, the power difference from a kid to an adult is different.
It just feels, it's a kid, but I do remember at that time, remember feeling like you definitely feel like you're getting hit with something harder than normal. You're getting hit with something harder than normal. It's like, you don't really put your finger on it, but you just know it to be true. And I can tell you that Wilder's face showed that he was getting hit with something harder than normal too. And I remember people saying, showing a video of Fury hitting the pads with his gloves on loose like that. And they were like, see, he wasn't doing that just in the ring. He was doing it on the pads too. So he wasn't doing it on purpose, as that being like their argument for the fact that he didn't mean to do it. No, that he's still going to do it. You're hitting essentially with the bare part of your knuckle. You need to practice that way. So of course he would get on and he wouldn't keep the glove on the pads and then loosen it for the fight, because you have to. It's the way you punch something is different when you have a glove on and when you don't have a glove on. And it's also having a flappy glove on, you're going to want to get used to that. So if anything, the video of him on the pads with the gloves like that is more proof that he's been doing this for years. And I can say as a boxer, like I said, because I think more of the debate is, did he mean to do it? Or was it just a freak thing that his glove was on kind of loose? Or no, he definitely meant to do it. It's an old school trick. As a boxer who's been around in boxing since I was 7 years old, I've definitely come across this more than once.
And there's a lot of video or pictures that they show, I guess, in comparison to Fury with their show. I think there's one with Earl recently and Canelo and a bunch of other fighters from even back in the day. I don't know if it's based off the angle, or is that something that can be the case for just boxing in general? And were you able to determine right away before you get that fight? You go up to your fighter, you feel each other out, the ref comes up, touch gloves. Is there any indication that you can actually see at that moment, or do you have to be in that fight, in that round, to really know?
No, you can see, because you need to make sure, and that's where you got to have a heads-up coach. And I'm very heads-up too. I think just growing up in that situation, there was a lot of sly guys growing up around the parts that I did. It was a very competitive boxing scene, and a lot of people used a lot of different slick tricks, and things like that, and they had their little things that they would try to do. So I grew up not being very trusting of people. I definitely look out for certain things. So does my dad. We make sure that we nitpick definitely, and make sure that nothing gets past, nothing gets by. So definitely, you want to make sure that when you touch their gloves, that glove's not moving at all. It's solid. It's taped down. You got their fist you can feel their fist through the glove, through the padding of the glove. You know what I mean? They have their glove all the way on, and it's not very hard to tell, honestly. But when you look, that's what I'm kind of like, how did this not get noticed? But more of it is just because Wilder didn't have that many amateur fights, and he didn't start fighting till he was older. You know what I mean? And he doesn't have the most experienced team except for Mark Breland. He was around for a long time, so he could have been somebody that would notice something like that if he had experienced it in the past. But I don't know. I think it's more on the ref's part. I think when the ref felt the gloves, he should have made sure that it was on tight. It was pretty obvious that it wasn't on tight, so it should have been dealt with. My dad, and I have my father as my coach too, so he's definitely, I can trust that he's paying attention to every little detail. And not that Wilder doesn't have a good team around him, or an experienced guy that could notice that, but I think it's a little bit different when you have your father there.
And when you were watching the fight, were you able to just determine, like, watching that was going on, or was it until afterwards, because it seemed that a lot of the investigation came towards people on the internet and fans after the second fight. So is it really very obvious, or do you have to know what you're looking for in order to determine? Because I guess
you have to know what you're looking for.
Okay.
And I didn't notice in the fight when I was watching the fight, just because I was thinking about the fight. So I wouldn't say it's so noticeable that it's just. And if I would have been in fight mode myself, where I'm like watching an opponent, I definitely would have seen it the first time I watched it. But Leon Lawson, my buddy, he's also a fighter, he sent me the video on Instagram. He sent me it first before I saw it anywhere else. It was the day after the fight. So he noticed it, and we grew up boxing in the same area. And if I would have been in fight mode looking at my opponent, I definitely would have noticed, but I just wasn't even paying attention to any of that at all. But right when I saw it, I was like, well, yeah, that's what guys do.
And I guess I guess last overall question on this is just I've heard people talk about, they mention that gloves could be so they're roped on or tight in a sense where there isn't the ability to maneuver up and down, I guess, in the gloves. And I was asking in your case that I think there was some fighters saying that it becomes so tight, or it's able to maneuver up and down in the glove, and just seeing the fact that you're saying that it can go in the glove and punch at certain things. Can you slide it up and down to I guess disguise or hide it throughout? Is that possible?
I
or is
can't.
it...
I can't the way I'm doing it. I mean, like the way it's on me, I couldn't do that, But I don't know if they can, because I've never done it before. So I know the technique well enough to know that guys do it. I don't know if they can hide it and slide it back up. And I'm sure they can. I mean, they could close their fist in the glove, maybe even to, I don't know.
You get what I'm saying with that little debate where like you can kind of like 1 minute I'm good, 1 minute I'm not, and in a sense, because I guess eventually if it was in a position right for the whole time, it would eventually, you would assume, maybe get caught. But asking, like, with your knowledge, like, can a fighter just slide it, and I'm not saying you have experience on doing it, but is there a point where even at the loosest part of your glove that does it still feel tight, or you can actually feel like, when you take your gloves off after a sparring session or fight, like where is that point where you're comfortably able to
It would
maneuver?
have to be loose, because I leave my gloves looser just because my hands fall asleep. Like if my glove, they're really sensitive to tightness of the glove. So if my glove is too tight, then my hand falls asleep, and I hate it when that happens. It happens all the time. So I leave mine looser. I'd say that the looseness of mine, I don't think I could. But if Fury was thinking specifically about doing that, but not getting caught, that he could keep it on his fist even though it was loose, and then just kind of shake it out to the point where if it's loose enough, it'll fall to the end, and then he can turn his fist in and hit it in the leather on the wrist. But the tape be, taped on there to where it's not falling off his fist. So I believe he probably could do that, to get away with it. I did see a video of kind of a weird looking video of the first fight where Jack Reese was trying to grab his hand, and he was kind of not letting him have it. He kept it on his chest. It was like a really strange video. It was like kind of, odd, but I'm not necessarily even saying that. At the end of the day, he had the glove on. I don't know what the rules are. I don't know what the rule of boxing is. I have never read the full rule book, of how tight your gloves have to be. But at the end of the day, people were saying he's cheating. Maybe it was a little dirty, but he didn't cheat. You can't take the fight back from him. I mean, it's not. He had the glove on his hand. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, there's no way to prove that he did it on purpose. There's no way to prove it. Even though I can say that I know he did, there's no way to prove it, first of all. And second of all, even though I'm saying I know he did, I'm not even saying that they should take the fight from him or anything. Somebody should have made sure that his glove was on tight, but they didn't. He was able to go in there, and at the end of the day, it's a fight, That's what people need to understand. It's a fight. People need to understand this is every time we get in there, we're putting our lives on the line. Every time, because we don't know what the other man on the other side is willing to go. How far is he willing to go to get that win and provide for his family? So you don't know if they, got around the, we take our drug test before 2 hours before the fight. So that doesn't show what the dude has taken in that 2 hours before he gets in the ring. Me and my dad say that all the time. Like, I get to the arena, I take a P test, and then we have 2.5 hours before I get in the ring. What's saying some dude that they brought from overseas and never is gonna get the shot again, or some dude from nothing that is just an opponent, has nothing to lose, and they're gonna snort some coke before he gets in there and has all this energy, or do some street drug. They say the best drugs for fighters to take are street drugs. They just give them a bunch of energy, and that's gonna help them take a shot. What's saying that that's not happening? It's not like we're taking the test after the fight, at least at my level, at least where I'm at as a prospect. So every time we get in there, we're putting our lives on the line. We never know what somebody's taking, So it is, or someone's doing, or someone's willing to do. So you never know.
Mark Wonderlynch. He said, what do Dev and his dad think about Fury gloves? Man, I don't even know why y'all brought that up.
Suspect. If you ask the dad, ain't nobody asked me.
What I can say is they asked me about it when I really didn't. I said in an interview, like it was like a while back. It was like, I think it was like right after the fight, like literally right after the fight they asked me, or like maybe like a couple days after. And I said in an interview, I said, I don't really know. I haven't really looked in on it that much, but I don't know. Now I looked in on it. I've been looking at it, and it is suspect. It's 100% suspect. I never seen nobody's gloves do that ever. And if it is, if he feels like, you know, he never, I just think that the commission and the people the next fight should just pay attention to it more. Just pay attention. Just be all on it.
No doubt.
I can't tell you exactly what it is, but I definitely think that it's suspect.
Mm-hmm. What you think, Bill?
Well, I mean, because when you see something, you know, okay, if you getting cheated, man, you know what I'm saying? The motherfucker, they plan to cheat right in front of your fucking eyes, though. You know what I'm saying? So while you watching it there, you know what I'm saying? Like people at home don't know like how fast the shit is going. So then when we come back and we watch it, you watch it on slow motion, and then you watch it some more, and you like, oh shit, that shit look kind of suspect. You know what I'm saying? So that's all that we can probably say, you know? So if somebody is cheating, then they're going to cheat in a way that you're not supposed to see it, or that you're not supposed to know how they cheating. So we can't describe the shit. We just said that after looking at it, the shit looked real suspect. You dig what I'm saying? Right. Because there's no way for Devin, we lace up his gloves all the time. It's just no way for us to lace it up and it be like that. So we don't, you know what I'm saying? We just know that it needs to be looked into further. You know what I mean? To dispel any of the rumors about it.
Absolutely, I agree. Yeah, I really don't like talking about that issue because it just really pissed me off just even thinking about it. Now, you know what I mean? But you know, Wilder be back.
You've been in it. You've been watching this shit for a long time. You know what I'm saying? You can't describe that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
that shit. Look, yeah. Tyson to me, Tyson Fury is straight cheated. I don't give a fuck nobody say. Right. He's straight cheated because listen, you can't do nothing with them gloves to make it do that kind of shit. Okay, he openly punching with the palm of his glove. Why is he punching with the palm unless it's something down there?
Because they said that they said. Well, I heard that. What's that fighter from Detroit, Dev? The one that we heard they said that
Joey Spencer.
Yeah.
Right. So he said that's what they teach.
They practice that. Yeah.
They practice that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that if that's what it is, then that's what it is. But you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I interviewed Joey. He said that. He said that they that's what they do. He said he saw that in the amateurs. Then when he was in the gyms training and stuff, he said he seen he was a victim of it. You know what I'm saying? He seen dudes doing it. So unfortunately, that it's out here like that. So
but let me just set this part record. You know, just for all my my family out there, friends, and the brothers, sisters, and they got nephews and nieces. Look, man, when that dude is across and he's putting his gloves on, he gonna put his gloves on. You gonna put your gloves on. You know what I'm saying? You got to go in there and beat his motherfucking ass, man. I don't care if he, how he put the motherfucking gloves on and how they wrap the motherfucking tape around there. You know what I'm saying? We learned from Floyd, the object is to hit and not get hit. So if a motherfucker got half a glove on, a quarter of glove, 75%, don't let that motherfucker hit you. At least, you know what I mean? Cut down on the amount of times that he hit you and you hit him most. That's what we learned from Floyd, So initially I believe, and me and Dev kind of talked about it. I can't speak for him, but initially just going into it because you thinking, okay, well, you putting on your gloves, I'm putting on my gloves. We like, fuck, you know what I'm saying? Because the object that we operate from is to hit and not get hit. You know what I'm saying? So however he had put them on, you know what I'm saying? That's the way that we initially looked at it. But it's a lot of unfair shit that be going on in the ring. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Devin's last fight, they had the guy, all he was doing was grabbing, holding, grabbing, and he never got warned not one time. You know what I'm saying? So, to all my people, man, this is the fight business. And when you get up in that motherfucker, be ready for them to cheat you. Be ready for them to low blow you. Be ready for them to do all that shit and beat they motherfucking ass.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Beat they motherfucking ass, man. They come in there with that glove shit and all the rest of that shit. Beat they ass, man.
Absolutely. And I talked to the champ. I told Wilder the same thing you just said, man. That shit.
Yes, sir.
That shit should have been met with retaliation immediately.
Yes, sir.
Immediately. You know what I mean? But salute to the homie. Oh shit. Okay. Ooh, I almost put some shit on the screen.
But what I can say is, just like Lomachenko, how they just try to forget his loss. They forget he get dropped. I feel like they're not looking into it enough though. The world is trying to act blind to it.
Right. That's exactly what they're doing because they wanted him to lose. You know what I'm saying? They wanted him to lose, so they you know, the guy who they wanted to win won, and they don't want to hear nothing about it. They're like, we got you. That's the end of it. That's how they want us to just move on from it. But that's gonna be up to Team Wilder for this trilogy to really make sure that they smash the gas on that. You know what I mean? And you know, have them looking into that shit. You know.
I didn't think he should have. Deontay's the kind of guy that's a go out on his shield kind of guy, and he will tell you straight up, don't throw the towel in. In fact, in the dressing room when Tyson was getting his hands wrapped, in one of the earlier fights, which they show on the screen in the locker room, they had a guy that got stopped. We were like, stop the fight. And right when the ref stopped the fight, the towel came in, and Tyson looked at his people and said, never, like that.
things that are hanging on the camera. And it fell and knocked out the wire. And got a bunch of text messages saying that I knocked out.
That's nice. That's a nice story.
There's no doctor gloves. Come on.
That's a nice
It's just looking for excuses.
So this was right, and it, coincidentally, right before, the gloves, half went in the glove.
There was 2 maroon jackets in there. The 2 Nevada State athletic supervisors checking out everything. So they seen everything. So it wasn't, there was JD's was in the room as the gloves were, as the hands were